He's already awake before the alarm goes off, lying there, staring at the ceiling, running through the day ahead. Who needs what from him? What he has to say? How he has to show up? He's been doing this since he was a kid, rehearsing. By the time he walks into the room, he's ready. The smile is easy. The jokes land. He remembers everyone's names, asks about their weekends, notices when someone looks off and checks in on them. People gravitate toward him without quite knowing why. He just makes things feel okay. And he is good at this. Genuinely good. That's the part that makes everything so complicated. Because here's what no one sees. After the party, when the door closes and the apartment goes quiet, he sits down on the edge of the couch and feels nothing. Not tired, nothing. Not peaceful, nothing. Just hollow. Like someone pulled the plug and now he's just waiting to feel like a person again. He'll scroll through his phone. See the photos from tonight? Everyone smiling? Him smiling? And he'll think, who is that guy? He doesn't know how to answer that. It started early. Not with anything dramatic. No single moment. No obvious wound. Just a slow, quiet learning. He figured out, somewhere around age 7 or 8, that the way to be safe was to be needed. That love wasn't something that just existed. It was something you earned. By being helpful. By being easy. By never being too much. His mother was tired a lot. His father was somewhere else even when he was home. And he was a good kid. Everyone said so. So good. So easy. Never any trouble. What they didn't see was that he'd gotten very, very good at disappearing. Not physically. He was always there. But the part of him that had needs, that had bad days, that sometimes wanted to scream. That part learned to go quiet. Learned that the room went better when he made it go better. That people stayed when he was useful. That love in his house was conditional on performance. He didn't learn this as a lesson. He learned it as survival. Now, he's 31, and the performance has become so automatic, he can barely find where it ends, and he begins. When someone asks how he's doing, he says fine. Not because he's lying, but because fine is the shape he's learned to hold. When a friend is in crisis, he shows up completely. When he is in crisis, he handles it alone, at 2 a.m., in the bathroom, sitting on the cold tile floor, wondering why he can't just let someone in. He's been in relationships. Good ones even. Women who genuinely loved him. But something always happened. The closer they got, the more he felt himself pulling away. Not because he didn't care, but because being truly seen felt more dangerous than being alone. If she really knew him, the hollow parts, the performance, the fear, she'd leave. Better to leave first. Better to stay just far enough away that the fall doesn't kill you. He calls this being independent. His therapist, the one he saw for 4 months before deciding he was fine, called it something else. Here's the thing about people like him, and there are more of them than you think. They don't hate themselves the way movies show it. It's not dramatic. It's not loud. It's quieter than that. It's a constant low-level frequency of not quite enough. A background noise that never fully turns off. It hums beneath the compliments, beneath the promotions, beneath the full rooms and the raised glasses. Because approval, for him, was never about joy. It was about relief. The difference is enormous. Joy says, I'm glad they love me. Relief says, okay, safe, for now. And for now is the problem, because relief has to be earned again tomorrow, and the day after. Which means there is no finish line. Which means it can never actually be enough. There's a moment, and maybe you've had it too, where someone says something genuinely kind to you, not flattery, something real, and instead of feeling it, you immediately start looking for the catch. Or you minimize it, or you deflect with a joke, or you feel it for about 4 seconds, and then it evaporates, and you're left wondering why you can't just receive it. That's not modesty. That's a nervous system that was never taught that love could be unconditional. That's a kid who learned that warmth comes with strings. And so now, as an adult, when warmth arrives with no strings, it feels wrong. It feels like a trap. It feels like something you haven't earned yet. So you get to work, earning it again, running faster on the wheel, smiling wider, being more helpful, more available, more impressive, trying to build a case for your own existence. And it works. It always works. People love him. They really do. It just never reaches him. The shift, when it comes, rarely looks like revelation. It looks like exhaustion. He cancels plans one Friday night, turns his phone off, sits in the dark for a while, and at some point, without meaning to, he starts crying. And he doesn't know why exactly, only that it's been building for a very long time, and something finally cracked. And in that crack, something small and strange happens. He lets it. He doesn't fix it, or manage it, or make it okay. He just sits with it. And the world doesn't end. The apartment doesn't collapse. He doesn't fall apart permanently. He just feels something. Actually feels it. Without performing it for anyone. It's uncomfortable. It's also, somehow, the most real he's felt in years. This is the part no one tells you about healing from a childhood spent earning love. It's not about learning to love yourself. That phrase is so overused, it's lost all meaning. It's about something smaller and harder. It's about learning to tolerate being known, to let someone see you on a bad day and not immediately scramble to fix the impression. To say, I'm not okay, to someone who isn't a therapist. To receive a compliment without deflecting. To be in a room and not be performing. It's about finding out, slowly, through tiny moments of risk, that some people will stay even when you're not useful. Even when you're not on. Even when you're just a person, sitting there, not making anything easier for anyone. That's the thing he never got to test as a kid. Whether he was lovable just as he was. He gets to test it now. Here's the reframe that changes everything. He always thought the performance was what made people love him. But look more carefully. The people who are still in his life after years, they're not there because he's useful. They're there because of something he does when he's not even trying. A way of listening. A kind of honesty that slips out sometimes, unguarded. The specific way he laughs at certain things. The realest parts of him. The parts he never thought to protect. Because he didn't think they counted. They're the whole reason. The performance kept people close. But the person underneath is why they stayed. He's sitting in a coffee shop now, friend across from him, and the friend asks, genuinely, how he's doing. He pauses. The automatic answer rises up, ready, polished, and then he puts it down. Honestly, not great lately. I don't totally know why. The friend nods, doesn't flinch, doesn't leave. Says, yeah, tell me. And he does. Slowly. Imperfectly. Without making it easy for anyone. It's the bravest thing he's done in years. And no one in the room would even know it. Maybe the question isn't whether people love you. Maybe the question is whether you've ever let them.